The Judgment card in the tarot is a harbinger of transformation. It speaks of profound awakenings and the potential for radical change. Within the vibrant tapestry of the major arcana, it stands as card number 20, marking a significant point of evolution in the Fool's journey. Visually, the card is striking. Often we see the Archangel Gabriel, wings spread wide, blowing a trumpet that echoes through the heavens. Below, the dead rise from their graves, arms outstretched in supplication or joy. This is not a scene of earthly judgment, but rather a spiritual awakening, a call to rise above the limitations of the material world and answer a higher calling. The Archangel Gabriel, a messenger of the divine, represents the awakening of consciousness. The trumpet symbolizes the call to action, the urgent message that must be heard. The rising dead represent rebirth, resurrection, and the shedding of old patterns and identities. The mountains in the background speak to the challenges that must be overcome, the obstacles that stand in the way of spiritual growth. The grey flag emblazoned with a cross symbolizes transition and the merging of the physical and spiritual realms. This powerful imagery urges us to confront our shadows, embrace our truths, and step boldly into the fullness of who we are meant to be. The Judgment card is an active participant, a catalyst for change. It reminds us that we are not defined by our past mistakes, but are capable of redemption and renewal at any moment. When the Judgment card appears in a tarot reading in the upright position, it heralds a time of great spiritual awakening. This is a period of profound insight and clarity, where the veils of illusion are lifted and we are able to see ourselves and our lives with newfound understanding. This awakening may manifest in many forms. It could be a sudden realization, a moment of epiphany that changes our perspective entirely. It might be a gradual unfolding, a gentle awakening to truths we have long ignored. As we awaken to our true nature, we become more attuned to our intuition, that inner voice that guides us towards our highest good. Decision-making becomes clearer, more aligned with our soul's purpose. We are no longer swayed by external pressures or the opinions of others, but instead we find the courage to trust our inner compass and make choices that resonate with our deepest truth. This alignment with our intuition brings a sense of peace and rightness to our lives. We feel connected to something larger than ourselves, guided and supported by a force that knows our true potential. The upright Judgment card also speaks of absolution. It is a time to forgive ourselves for past mistakes, to release the guilt and shame that may have been holding us back. This process of forgiveness is about acknowledging our actions with compassion, learning from them, and moving forward with grace. The upright Judgment card is a powerful reminder that we are capable of growth, transformation, and profound spiritual evolution. When the Judgment card appears reversed in a reading, it suggests that we may be resisting a call to awaken. We may be clinging to old patterns, beliefs, or behaviors that no longer serve us, afraid to confront the shadows within ourselves and step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. This resistance can manifest in many ways. We may experience a sense of stagnation in our lives, a feeling that we are stuck in a rut and unable to move forward. We may find ourselves repeating the same mistakes, caught in cycles of self-sabotage that keep us from achieving our goals. One of the most significant challenges indicated by the reversed Judgment card is the presence of a harsh inner critic. This voice within us, fueled by fear and self-doubt, constantly judges and belittles us, preventing us from recognizing our worth and embracing our full potential. We may find ourselves paralyzed by fear of failure, terrified of making the wrong decision or disappointing others. This fear can prevent us from taking risks, pursuing our dreams, or expressing ourselves authentically. The reversed Judgment card can also indicate a difficulty in forgiving ourselves for past mistakes. We may be holding on to guilt, shame, or regret, unable to release the past and move forward with our lives. The reversed Judgment card serves as a powerful wake-up call. It challenges us to confront our fears, silence our inner critic, and embrace the transformative power of forgiveness. When the Judgment card appears in a health reading, it often signifies a time for deep healing and transformation. In its upright position, it can indicate a renewed focus on overall well-being, a commitment to making positive changes that support both physical and mental health. This could involve adopting a healthier diet, incorporating regular exercise into one's routine, or exploring alternative healing modalities like acupuncture or meditation. The Judgment card encourages us to listen to our bodies, to pay attention to the subtle messages they send us. It reminds us that our physical, emotional, and spiritual health are deeply interconnected, and that true well-being requires us to address all aspects of ourselves. This card can also signify a time of recovery from illness or injury. The body may be undergoing a process of profound healing, and the Judgment card encourages patience, self-compassion, and a belief in the body's innate ability to heal. However, when the Judgment card appears reversed in a health reading, it can suggest that we may be ignoring our body's needs. We may be engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors, such as neglecting our physical health, suppressing our emotions, or engaging in unhealthy coping mechanisms. The reversed Judgment card in a health reading is a call to action, asking us to take responsibility for our well-being and make conscious choices that support our overall health. In matters of the heart, the Judgment card often signifies a time of reckoning and renewal. When it appears upright in a love reading, it can indicate a period of forgiveness and second chances. Past hurts may resurface, but instead of reigniting old wounds, they offer an opportunity for healing, understanding, and growth. This card encourages open and honest communication, allowing partners to express their needs and desires, address past grievances, and build a stronger foundation based on mutual respect and trust. The Judgment card can also signify a deepening of love and commitment. Partners may experience a renewed sense of passion and intimacy, a deeper understanding of each other's souls. This is a time for celebrating the journey they have shared and embracing the future with open hearts. However, when the Judgment card appears reversed in a love reading, it can suggest a need to examine patterns of behavior that may be hindering the relationship's growth. There may be a tendency to hold on to past hurts, repeat old mistakes, or struggle to communicate needs effectively. The reversed Judgment card in a love reading is a call to action, encouraging us to take responsibility for our role in the relationship and to communicate our needs clearly. The Judgment card in a career reading often signifies a time of significant change and realignment. When it appears upright, it can indicate a career shift that aligns more closely with one's true calling. This could involve starting a new job, launching a business, or pursuing a passion project that has long been put on hold. This card encourages us to trust our intuition and follow our hearts, even if it means stepping outside of our comfort zones or challenging societal expectations. The upright Judgment card can also signify recognition for past efforts and accomplishments. This could manifest as a promotion, a raise, or simply a newfound sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in one's work. However, when the Judgment card appears reversed in a career reading, it can suggest a feeling of being stuck or unfulfilled. We may be in a job that no longer brings us joy or aligns with our values. We may feel undervalued, overlooked, or unsure of our next steps. The reversed Judgment card in a career reading is a call to action, encouraging us to honestly assess our current situation and take steps towards creating a career that brings us joy and fulfillment. Section 7. Judgment and the Whispers of Numerology. In the realm of numerology, the Judgment card is associated with the number 20, a number that speaks of completion and new beginnings. When we reduce 20 to its single-digit essence, we arrive at the number 2, representing duality, balance, and the power of partnerships. This emphasizes the Judgment card's message of seeking harmony between our inner and outer worlds, between our desires and our responsibilities. The numerological associations of the Judgment card remind us that life is a cyclical journey, a continuous process of death and rebirth. Section 8. Judgment and the Tree of Life, a Kabbalistic Perspective. Within the mystical system of the Kabbalah, the Judgment card is associated with the path connecting Netzach, victory, to Hod, splendor, on the Tree of Life. Netzach, associated with emotions, intuition, and the realm of the unconscious, represents a stage of emotional victory, a triumph over our lower impulses, and a connection to our deepest desires. Hod, associated with intellect, logic, and the realm of the conscious mind, represents a stage of intellectual understanding, a capacity for clear thinking, and the ability to express ourselves with clarity and precision. The path connecting these two sephirot represents the process of integrating our emotional experiences with our intellectual understanding. Section 9. Judgment and the Dance of the Cosmos, an Astrological Interpretation. Astrologically, the Judgment card is associated with the planet Pluto, the ruler of the underworld and the god of transformation. Pluto's energy is intense, transformative, and often disruptive. It compels us to confront our shadows, to release what no longer serves us, and to embrace radical change. Just as Pluto governs the process of death and rebirth in nature, so too does the Judgment card represent a time of profound personal transformation. This is a period of shedding old skins, of letting go of limiting beliefs and outdated identities, and emerging as a more authentic and empowered version of ourselves. The Judgment card is also associated with the fire sign Aries, the first sign of the zodiac and a symbol of new beginnings, courage, and action. Aries' energy is bold, assertive, and impulsive. The astrological associations of the Judgment card remind us that transformation is not a passive process, but an active one. Section 10. The Enduring Resonance of Judgment, a Final Word. The Judgment card, with its powerful imagery and profound symbolism, stands as a timeless reminder of our capacity for growth, transformation, and spiritual awakening. It is a call to rise above the limitations of our past, to embrace the fullness of who we are meant to be, and to step boldly into the unknown with courage, compassion, and an open heart. Whether it appears upright, heralding a time of profound insight and renewal, or reversed, challenging us to confront our shadows and embrace the transformative power of forgiveness, the Judgment card serves as a guiding light on our journey of self-discovery. It reminds us that we are not defined by our past mistakes but are capable of redemption, renewal, and profound spiritual evolution.